What is the best place to farm some money in Red Dead Online? I'm talking about the best location for your camp and your Moonshiner Shack. I've asked my audience to find it out, and surprisingly enough I'm almost agree with the answers. So in this video I'm gonna rank up locations for a Moonshine Shack from worst to best, and also give you top 5 locations for your camp, and at the end I will share my personal opinion on which is the best place to farm. Anyway, the best locations for your Moonshine Shack. On the place number 5 we have Hennigan Steed. Only 4% out of 32,000 votes shows this as the best location, and I completely agree. In my opinion it's the worst possible location for your Moonshine Shack. First of all, there is no fast travel nearby, and it's a huge problem if you don't have fast travel option from your wilderness camp, and for example I don't have such option on a PC because I have not bought Outlaw Pass 4. Delivery roads in Hennigan Steed are also not that great in my opinion. Distances are pretty long on average, plus there is a railroad and sometimes it might be a problem to cross the railroad while you're shooting back. It's not like they're terrible, it's just not the easiest deliveries ever on average, but the biggest problem with the Moonshiner Shack in Hennigan Steed is that it's a bad place for your camp, and I mean you really want to have your camp and Moonshine Shack close to each other because it will make the farming much easier, and any possible camp locations that is close to this Moonshine Shack is just not good. You're not gonna be able to farm materials really fast, it's not the best place for hunting and stuff like that. On the place number 4 we have Moonshine Shack location in Grizzlies, and I completely agree. I mean personally I had my Moonshine Shack located in this area for a long time, but not because it's some awesome place for it, but just because I like the nature around. I'm just big fan of this area of the map. But location is pretty bad. I mean no fast travel nearby, deliveries are kinda tough. I mean there are rivers to cross, there are like big turns here and there, random rocks on the roads that you will hit even if you autopiloting. By the way, to autopilot while you delivering your moonshine, just aim and press acceleration button, but be careful, in Grizzlies autopilot can be dangerous. And overall delivery distances in Grizzlies are pretty long. In my opinion, Grizzlies has the toughest deliveries among all the Moonshine Shack locations, but it's still better locations than Hennigan Steed because you can place a camp nearby and it's gonna be an awesome place for camp. I'm talking about the camp in the northern part of Big Valley. It looks beautiful around there and it's easy to farm materials. What else do you need? Plus Gus and Harriet are close to you. Anyway, in the third place we have Heartlands. 24% voted for this location. Personally I like this location a lot because there is a fast travel nearby at the Emerald Station, and also you can find a fence there. You can place your camp nearby in the Heartlands and it's gonna be a really good place for your camp. But there is one problem with the Moonshine Shack in the Heartlands. I'm talking about deliveries. There are a few really tough deliveries there. And yes, some deliveries in the Heartlands are extremely fast and easy, but if you will have to deliver your moonshine to the shack at the north of the map or to One Horn, well, there might be some problems. In my personal opinion, this delivery to the One Horn is probably the toughest deliveries among all. River, railroad, a lot of turns, well, it has it all. So simply just because of this one delivery, I'm also placing Heartlands only on the third place. On the second place we have a Moonshine Shack location in Tall Trees, and yes, it's a great location. Fast travel is extremely close in Manzanita Post, plus most of the time when you're gonna deliver somewhere to the McFarlane Ranch or to the Blackwater, there will be fast travel there as well, so you can fast travel back to your shack. Deliveries itself are pretty easy as well, there are no tough deliveries, and on average in my opinion the distance that you will have to travel is smaller than in other locations. And the most importantly, you can place a camp in a Great Plains nearby and it's an awesome camp location. So overall Tall Trees is a really good location for your Moonshine Shack, but if we're talking about only moonshine in business, there is even better location. I'm talking about the first place, Bayou Noir. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Anyway, it has the best situation with fast travel, but you might say, wait a second, cat. fast travel in tall trees is closer to the Moonshiner Shack, right? Right, but there is a small trick. Once you are inside of your Moonshine Shack in Bayou Noir, you can go to online options and choose respawn, and you will respawn right close to the fast travel in La Grasse. That's why this Moonshine Shack has the closest fast travel possible. Deliveries itself are not tough at all. I mean, maybe it's even the easiest deliveries on average. I mean, maybe it's just my personal experience, but it's kinda hard to break your bottles in this area. Plus, there are some collectibles that can be found right at your shack and some ingredients for a moonshine that you can gather nearby. So if you're talking about the best location for crafting and delivering your moonshine, well, Bayou Noir is definitely the best. But there is one small problem: there are no good camp locations nearby. And with that being said, we are moving to the second part of this video: the best camp locations in Red Dead Online. Obviously, there are more than 5 possible camp locations, so I just choose top 4 in my opinion, and the last option was other variant, and other variant lost. It finished on the last place with only 8% of the votes. Anyway, on the place number 4 we have Big Wally with only 10% of the votes, and it's my mistake here, because Big Wally is pretty big and I had to specify, and by this location I only mean camp locations in the northern part of Big Wally at the Little Creek River, because those locations are super awesome in my opinion. It's super easy to get materials, Gus and Harriet is near, you can place Moonshine Shack nearby, but the most importantly, it looks beautiful, it's just gorgeous. So I really enjoy this camp location, but I have to admit, it's definitely not the best place for your Moonshine Shack. On the third place we have Bayou Noir with 14% of the votes, and actually it's the only result that surprised me. I mean, I personally don't think it's a good place for a camp. Yes, there are a lot of legendary animals around in this area, but free roam legendary animals is definitely not the best way to get materials. And killing alligators is also not as effective as many people think. And yeah, we have Harriet and Gus nearby, gun shop and fence in Saint Denis, but still, providing creeps with materials will be harder in Bayou Noir than in best 2 camp locations. On the second place we have Great Plains with 20% of the votes, and actually I was a little bit surprised here just because I thought that percentage will be higher for this option, mostly because sometimes it's even hard to place a camp there since all the spots are taken, and it's because it's a really great location for your camp. I mean, hunting is perfect there are a lot of cougars, deers, and if you're not gonna be lucky, there are still bisons. It's an easy 3-star pelt. Blackwater is nearby, fence in Thieves Landing, and it's not far from Gus and Harriet again. But the most importantly, it's not far from Great Moonshine Shack location in the tall trees. And finally, on the first place we have Heartlands. 47% of the voters think that it's the best camp location in Red Dead Online. And it's hard to disagree. I mean, hunting is awesome and easy, nature is beautiful, Emerald Station and Valentine are close, and you can even place your camp in a way that Moonshine Shack will be also close to you. Anyway, now I guess it's time to answer the main question: what are the best locations to farm in Red Dead Online? And if you know me and you're not new to this channel, you're not gonna be surprised with my answer. It depends. Depends on how you farm materials for your trader business. If you prefer to get materials from legendary animals from these missions that Crazy Woman gives you, well, then place your camp and Moonshine Shack in Bayou Noir. It's definitely the best location in this scenario, because Harriet is close, deliveries are easy, profit. But if you prefer to farm materials in this old-fashioned way with help of regular hunting, well, there are 2 equally good options. Either place both your camp and Moonshine Shack in Heartlands, or place your camp in Great Plains and Moonshine Shack in tall trees. I really think it's a close choice if we're talking about farming effectiveness, so just take a look around and decide in which area you like and enjoy nature the most, and just place your business there. Let me know in the comments whether you agree with these choices, and I hope that you will find this video useful and it will help you. And as always, thank you for watching, like, subscribe, до свидания.